Hey guys, today's video is about 5 habits that are keeping you poor. So let's get started. Number 1 is not paying off credit card debt at the end of each month and paying in quotes, for example, spreading a payment across 6 months, 12 months, whatever it may be. This is a massive mistake. Whenever you use a credit card, they have the benefits, as I've said before. They have, rewards, cashback, that kind of thing. Free travel. There's lots of good reasons to use a credit card, but you need to pay it off at the end of each month. If you don't, you'll pay the interest, and it is high interest. And if you pay, separately in quotes, you'll pay even more interest. So it always needs to be paid off in full. It should never be used to buy something that you can't afford at the moment. You just have to save. Otherwise it's going to cost you a fortune long term. And if you don't pay it, it will damage your credit rating a lot as well. So that's a big one. The average person in the United States has over $6,000 in credit card debt. So it's a very normal thing these days. If there's something you want, you just buy it on the credit card and worry about it later. But it will cause you a big issue later on. So it's best, always pay it off at the end of each month. Now, number 2 is not saving. So you get your paycheck, your salary, say $2,000, and you spend, all of it and more, because if you take into account what I said before, most people are using credit cards, so they haven't got the money, for everything that they want. So they've already spent all their $2,000 for the month, and you putting more on a credit card. So it's important to save a small amount each month, even if it's just 10%. It's better than 0%. It's an easy way to start sort of building up a bit of wealth, increase your net worth and things. And for later in life, you'll need that money unless you're planning on working until you die. It's important to save. So that's a big mistake, that a lot of people make. That will just keep you poor. If you don't save, you'll never have any money if you just spend everything you get. Even if you earn, 100,000, $1 million. If you spend $1 million every month, then you're poor, right? Your net worth is nothing, because it's just cancelling itself out. So habit number 3 is not investing. Now, this follows on a bit from saving, because saving in itself is not really that good of an idea. A lot of people save in pensions, or just put all the money in a bank account for years and years. That's not a good idea. The value of money, it goes down over time because of inflation. So all of your money really, you want to invest, or it needs to be at least in a high interest savings account. But ideally you want to invest as much as possible. That's just because if you invest in a typical index fund, you'll see a 7% year-on-year growth, roughly 7%. For example, in an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the United States, you'll see about a 7% growth rate on that. And of course you'll earn a fraction in dividends. Now, not a huge amount, but obviously something. And of course what's most important is holding those index funds just for the long-term increase in value. As all of the companies' values go up, the value of the fund will go up. And over 20 years you should make a lot of money, as well as accumulating that more and more dividends over time as the value of those as the fund increases that you hold. You then earn more from dividends. Obviously investing is not just stocks and shares. You can invest in real estate. There's various things that you can invest in. It's up to you. The easiest one is probably just investing in an index fund, because it's just you put the money in and then you just forget about it. You can also automate payments, so you can have a certain amount automatically go into that index fund each month, $100, $1,000, whatever you choose. So that's a good way to earn some more money. It's a huge mistake not to start. You should start now if possible, because otherwise, it's just going to cost you more money, later down the line when prices have increased. Now is a good time to buy. There's plenty of cheap stocks about, so just get started now. Now, number 4 would be no passive income. Now, there's loads of videos on YouTube about passive income. I think I've got one myself. So, you can find the information for free. It's out there. It's easier said than done, passive income, but it's not that difficult. Most people have no passive income whatsoever. Getting started, for example, as I said before, invest in an index fund, and you'll receive dividends, from the company, from those shares. So that's one source of passive income. It won't be a huge amount unless you've got millions of dollars invested, but it is a source of passive income. It's another $50, $100, whatever it may be, that you didn't have before, and that's coming in without you having to do anything, without having to worry about it. So that's a good passive income stream there. Now, another one, for example, would be if you invest in property, rental properties, you would get the rent each month. If you leave those properties with a property manager, then it's even more passive, because you literally have to do nothing, and you just have to pay them a small fee that they take out with the rent. So it's completely hands-off, completely passive. There's lots of other things you can do. You can make a course online on Skillshare, and then if you get views, however many people watch your course, you'll get paid for that. And yes, you have to make the course first, but most people have some sort of skill that they can share, that they can teach other people. If you're a web developer, you can teach people to make a website, put it on Skillshare, and you'll make some money. Once it's done, it doesn't have to be a massive course, it can be like 2 hours, just a couple of videos, and you can charge people, $10 for that, and that will just keep coming in, and you'll just never have to, it'll just be a constant income stream there. Now, at number 5 is wasting time. We're all guilty of this one. I know what it's like. You've been to work, you're tired, you come back home, you sit in front of the TV, you watch Netflix, and you eat food for the rest of the evening. It's what most people do, let's be honest. But it is a waste of time. It doesn't mean you can't do those things, but you should, at least allocate a small portion of time to something more productive. For example, exercise, improving your health, that's productive. And it can lead, to more confidence, a better mindset, and, it could help make you more money, just by doing a bit of exercise. All that kind of thing improves your sort of mental well-being, and you can, it can have a lot of profound effects throughout life. So, other options are, reading, learning something new, learning a new language, that can help. Especially, it depends what kind of job you do and things, but it can be very helpful if you speak 2 languages. In many countries there are lots of people that speak different languages, and it pays a lot of money to be a translator. So, if there's a country you like visiting, it's great to learn the language. So that's another skill you could learn. Or following on from habit number 4 there of the no passive income, you could, instead of wasting time, you could invest, an hour a day into starting something, passive income. Start making your course, make an ebook. There's tons of things. Make a Shopify store. It depends on your interests, what you're knowledgeable about and things. But that's just another way that you can be productive and start working towards, other goals, getting some passive income streams, making some more money. It's easy to do, just put a little bit of time aside each day. When I say I put a course on Skillshare, you don't have to do it in one day. You can put aside half an hour every evening, and you can, do one part of the course, one small video, and then, in a couple of weeks it'll be finished, and you can publish that. So there's loads of things you can do to occupy your time. Don't just, waste all of your time on entertainment. Yes, we all, like to watch TV, watch movies. but it's not really productive. It's good to, to have that a small amount of time, to relax and things, but you do as well need to, work on other things in your spare time, learn new skills, learn new ways to make money. So just take that into account. Hope that helps. Give the video a like, guys. I'll see you in the next video.